¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. NBA 2K23, it's around that time where it's on sale for the first time in the year. And it's not only just a little sale, it's a massive 80% off sale for Xbox. I'm going to be covering the news in today's video. If you like NBA 2K23 news and content, please join the pack and subscribe. Let's get in, man. Let's start off with Luck TV, who straight up points out the sale himself. It says NBA 2K23 is so bad that it is 80% off. If you do not have this game, do not buy the game. VC prices are outlandish, gameplay is dry, and in reality, you're better off waiting for NBA 2K24. Take my word, the game is horrible. And he even shows a photo of the game, standard edition, 85% off for the PlayStation 4, and I believe it's 80% off for the next generation for the PS5 and also Xbox Series S. So look, I want to talk about the game itself, and do I think the game is worth 15 bucks? I mean, 80% off a $70 game. I mean, 14 bucks for NBA 2K is really not that bad in my personal opinion. And by the way, it's not that the game is bad that it's 80% off. They always do this. In fact, they used to make the game free. Now it's 14 bucks for the entire game right now. So the question is NBA 2K23 worth buying for $14? In my opinion, it's a yes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the outlandish VC prices are a real thing. In fact, VC pricing is higher than it has ever been. To max out your entire build, it's cost around 100 American US dollars. $100. Okay, that's criminal. That should be, people should be arrested for that. But yes, if you want to max out your build immediately, it would cost 100 bucks. That's insane. Now, yes, you could grind for the VC, but there's no world, if you have a job in real life, there is no world that you're going to be able to grind all that VC to get your build to a 99 overall. There's just no way you could do it, right? On top of that, the badge system this year is such a grind. It's almost insane. But the gameplay dry, I wouldn't say the gameplay is dry. The gameplay is actually still, it's 2K at the end of the day. I mean, I do think there's new stuff in this year that I think actually, in my opinion, the gameplay is actually pretty good. If you like basketball, this is a pretty good gameplay year. But in terms of the VC grinding, it's pretty insane this year. It's probably the worst it's ever been. That's why I think the game is worth being $14. Now, buying the game for 70 bucks with the kind of VC pricing it has, it's a problem. But when the game's only $14, I mean, you can spend the rest of the, your $45, $55 on a build, and you would have like an 85 overall build at the start of the game, and you're actually having a pretty good time. Or even my team, where you can have some cards. So there's definitely things that you can do to enjoy the experience on $14. On top of that, you get Play Now Online, My NBA. My League and My NBA is better than it's ever been right now. So there are good things to come from this game off $14, but there's still bad stuff that I still believe to this day the game should be free. On top of that, you might be wondering, was the game dead? I don't want to buy a game that's dead. The community hasn't talked about the game a lot, but in terms of popularity, I boot up NBA 2K23 on next gen. I go to the neighborhood, and it's still completely packed neighborhoods. Every single court has at least a squad waiting to this day. We're in May, and 2K is still like that. You have to admit, it's pretty impressive that 2K is still in that realm of popularity, where people are still playing it at a pretty high amount and level, where yes, the game's not dead and you can play it right now and it's still entertaining. So do I think NBA 2K23 is worth 14 bucks for you right now? I actually do think it's worth it, and I do think I would only buy it for $14. I would never recommend this game full price for anybody this year because the VC pricing is so insane, personally. But yes, 14 bucks? Yeah, hell yeah, I get the game. So ask the question, do y'all still play NBA 2K23? Now, obviously, everyone's going to be saying no, right? And some people are saying that because no one wants to play IRL, that they're just playing the game. I'll say this, in terms of playing Rec, I think this game is still really popular. I think if you want to play Rec, you will find a game like that. And not only that, it's not only sweats anymore. I think like everyone that has a game now is usually either just casual players. So you can have fun with the game, and there's still a pretty high player base right now that it's an enjoyable game. In fact, if you look at the most sold PlayStation games, if you look like go on PlayStation, it's almost always 2K at like a top 3 most sold games of the past like month, right? 2K is always going to be one of the most sold games, even though no one's really talking about it anymore. The popularity of the game in terms of people actually playing the game is still at an all-time high. The thing is that content isn't as popular as it used to be because it's the same stuff as always. So it's like, why would we watch a game that has nothing new? But the thing is, people still play the game because they still like basketball. It's as simple as that. Plus, it's really easy to play with your friends. So you know, you and your friends can make a squad, play ranked, all that stuff, and it's still a good time like Pro-Am. But the popularity of the game is down. That's why people are asking, are people even playing the game anymore? And the truth is, people are still playing NBA 2K23. This is a random one. Nez on Twitter says, oh my goodness, and it's a 98 overall Mike Miller card that sells for 7 million MT. Bro, there's snipers and then there's like reverse snipers. I don't know what this is. This dude just came out of nowhere and was like, I want this card, 7 million right now. Demon kind of bid. No one's gonna match that. What's wrong with you, bro? Who has that kind of MT, first of all? Who's playing the game that much or buying that many packs that you just have MT like that, that you're just like, I want a Mike Miller right now, I'm not gonna fight, and then just put that kind of auction down? What's wrong with you? Fatherless activities, to be honest with you. Well, honestly, it's probably dad's credit card that bought Mike Miller, but still, an insane snipe that people are weirdos. Now Quavo talks about this. If you load up NBA 2K24 and see this, what are you doing? And it is a completely empty neighborhood. Now, I will say that this is not real. Like, people are playing this game. If you load up 2K right now, it is not like that. But if you load up NBA 2K24 and see like that, this gives me the vibes of NBA 2K21 next gen when it first came out, because no one had a PS5. So I'll never forget. I was playing that like Rookieville, and like, yeah, like in Rookieville, of course there's games, but once you hopped off Rookieville and you went into the neighborhood, bro, there was nothing. I remember there was like 5 guys I found, and we just played threes. Like, we found like one more dude and just played threes the whole time against each other because there was no one to play against because no one had the game. I was in like the Vipers court alone with like 5 other dudes just playing threes over and over again because there was no one to play against. It was really depressing. But that was back in the no PS5 days, and no one was playing anything. Now the game is packed. There's so many PS5s sold. There's so many copies of 2K sold that every single neighborhood is absolutely packed to the brim. They don't have to worry about finding games anymore. It's not a real thing. And even then, they have the little like theater courts where there's always matchmaking, and you also have the rec where there's always matchmaking that you'll never see this truly. I think it's funny and all, but Content Sensei says, I'm just gonna get on a spot and wait like everybody else. No, bro. If 2K24 was that dead, I would definitely switch games at that point. And the final one is DGB goes on a My Team rant, but it kind of applies to all of 2K. It says, I have zero hope for 2K being able to turn it around with My Team. I don't give a damn how great the dev blog looks for 2K24. I don't trust them with anything to make the experience better for their player base. My Team Casino is disguised as a basketball video game mode. Yeah, he's not lying, bro. My Team is the worst. Listen, I mean, I know Park is kind of bad, but like you know, you buy VC, you make a build, and you build your build, and that's that. My Team, bro, that is where the degenerates play. I don't know how you're dropping $200 on packs to not get the card you wanted. That's insane to me. How in the world can you ever recommend to me My Team? Like, imagine, let me put it this way. Imagine you're playing My Team. And let's say everybody in the community agrees, oh, like Shaq, like the Diamond Shaq card is the best card in the game. If you don't have this card, you can't compete. The same way in 2K, if you're playing like, you don't have a build that's like the best build in the game, you can't compete, right? So same thing. Let's say that there's a Shaq card that it's like, if you don't have this card, you're gonna lose. But you can only get it in the loot box system. And then you spend VC after VC after VC, and you do not get that card. And you can't get it in auction because everyone's beating you in the auction. Guess what? You won't win. Like, yeah, maybe you'll beat shitters, but like besides that, you're not going to beat good players that have that card, and you're screwed. That's crazy. That is literal pay to win in a game that you paid $70 for. That's insane to me. There is no way that My Team thinks that that is acceptable in any way. That I don't know how you guys that play My Team can ever play that game and think that that's okay. Insane behavior by all of you. No way am I ever letting My Team do that to me. I remember My Team used to be lit back in like NBA 2K17 because back then the cards mattered, right? Like now there's like 12 Kevin Durants you can get. Back then there was like 2, right? You had like the shitty Kevin Durant, which was like maybe like a 90 overall, and you get like the diamond Kevin Durant, and that was it, right? So back then it's like you had like a diamond card. It was a big deal back then, and it was like every team was unique and special and rare. Now it's like everybody has the same cards because they have to use the same cards because at first they're probably like easy-ish to get, or they're just so good that you have to play them. That's how My Team is now. It's just not what it used to be. And even then, they don't have the rights to like really cool players like how they used to. Like every year you'd get rights to brand new players like Chris Webber, and it'd be lit. They're running out of players now, so now you're getting like random ABA player from 1972 that you just got the rights to, and you make him a 99 overall because you're hyped that you got the rights to him, and no one cares about it anymore. It's just not what it used to be. In my personal opinion, my team is definitely I think flat out my team is the worst, period, end of discussion, game mode in NBA 2K. I feel that confidently. I think although Park has its VC issues, I still think it's way more entertaining and there's way more fun to be had in my career and Park than there is in my team. That, to me, again, it is insanity that people play that game seriously. I will end this off by talking about NBA 2K24 and what do I expect. Like, could they do anything to fix my team? No, because my team is designed to be a loot box system that will never ever change, so it will never ever be exciting, in my opinion. Can they do anything to fix Park? Maybe. There's some stuff like the VC prices that they're never going to stop doing. The thing is, 2K is never going to change. I hope everyone watching this understands like what I'm trying to say. 2K, the complaints that you have about the game, the VC prices, the casino build system in my team, this stuff's not going to change because people buy the game and they play it. This is still one of the most played games in the world to this day, right? It has not changed. The hype of the game has died, but the player base is still there because people are still buying, because people are still paying for VC and playing every day because they love basketball. 2K is never, ever, ever going to change the way that they do things unless there is a mass amount of players just stop playing the game, which is not going to happen. 2K is not going to change the way that they do things. So that's my little rant. Yeah, I'm blaming you guys. It's all your fault. I'm kidding. It's obviously not your fault, but it is just how the game is designed. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comments below. If you like this channel, please give it a sub and let me know if you're going to get 2K for $14. And that's it. See you guys next time.